Hey everyone, it's Mike Bond with the Cash Flow Company. I just want to jump on today and go over a real life story where we could help someone and they're in a position where they could lose a great property because they didn't plan right for when they were doing this transaction, this investment property. So what they have is a great rental property, short-term rental in Florida, and it's bringing in about 10 grand a month net. But what's the problem? The problem is how they set it up. They got into it with an FHA loan, 398. But then the next step, what they did, instead of thinking this through, maybe talking to someone, is they used 0% cards, about 200,000 of them, to put into this property to set it up for the short-term rental. So now, as you can see, they have about $600,000 in a property that appraises for 650. Not a lot of margin in there. They didn't really think through their numbers, and they really didn't think through how they're going to set this up and how they're going to get out of it. Because when they go to refinance, which they're trying to do now after a year, and the 0% cards are no longer 0% cards, what's happening? They can only get 70 or 75%. They can only pay down maybe a quarter, maybe a third of those credit cards. So the interest is killing them, eating them up, because they just set this up wrong, because they just didn't talk to someone like us and make sure they have the 120% that we always talk about. Before you jump into a project, make sure you have the money set up correctly, not only for the rehab, but all the other costs that come with it. So you're not carrying it for the rest of your life, or this is just a learning experience where you're just going to possibly lose everything because you can't keep up now that the credit cards are running high 20s as far as the interest rate. Don't follow this path. Make sure you set it up correctly, even if you're house hacking. How do you set this up to win so you have a good exit strategy? Right now, they have no exit strategy because there's no possibility for them to refinance because their debt to income and their LTV is too high. Think about the numbers, think about the math before you jump into a project. If you want to learn how, we have some great tools, some great books, some great courses on how to make sure you set up your money correctly. And on top of that, if you want us to run through the numbers, we could do that with you too. We want to make sure everyone is set up so they have the proper funding, the 120% that we always talk about. So don't do as these guys do. Give us a call, check out our site, and let's do this right.